A winter bug-out scenario poses unique challenges. The cold is not just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Imagine you're in the heart of winter, miles from the nearest shelter, and the temperature is plummeting. This is no ordinary camping trip, my friends. This is survival in its rawest form. The cold bites into your bones, making every movement an effort. But it's not just the discomfort that should worry you. It's the risks that the frosty atmosphere brings. The first, and perhaps the most serious, is hypothermia. As the body loses heat faster than it can produce it, your core body temperature begins to drop. And if it drops too low, it can lead to confusion, clumsiness, and, in the worst-case scenario, unconsciousness or even death. Next up, we have the challenge of reduced calorie efficiency. In cold conditions, your body works overtime to keep warm, burning through calories at an alarming rate. This means you'll need more food than usual to maintain your energy levels. And when you're bugging out, food is not always easy to come by. And let's not forget about the difficulties of travel. Snow and ice make for treacherous terrain. A simple walk can turn into a dangerous journey, making it harder to reach safety or find resources. And if you think that's all, imagine having to lug around a heavy backpack full of survival gear. Not a pleasant thought, is it? But here's the good news. Understanding these risks is the first step towards overcoming them. It allows us to prepare effectively, reducing the danger and increasing our chances of survival. We can pack the right gear, plan our routes better, and make informed decisions to keep our bodies warm and well-fed. Knowing these risks allows us to prepare effectively, reducing the danger and increasing our chances of survival. Yes, a winter bug-out is challenging, but with the right knowledge and a robust will, we can turn it into a story of triumph. So let's gear up, dive into these life-saving strategies, and conquer the merciless grip of winter. Surviving in the snow demands the right gear. The clothes you wear can mean the difference between life and death. When temperatures plummet and snow blankets the ground, your first line of defense is your clothing. It's not just about staying warm, it's about staying dry. Consider the wisdom of the onion. Layering your clothing, just like the many layers of an onion, is a tried and true method to combat the cold. Start with a base layer of moisture-wicking fabric to keep perspiration away from your skin. Add a middle layer for insulation, ideally made of lightweight, breathable material that still provides warmth. Top it off with a sturdy, waterproof and windproof outer layer to shield you from the elements. Your feet, often the first to feel the cold, need special attention. Insulated boots are crucial. They not only keep your feet warm, but also dry, because wet feet in freezing temperatures is a recipe for frostbite. Hands and heads are also vulnerable to the cold. Don't underestimate the power of a good pair of thermal gloves and a hat. A considerable percentage of your body heat is lost through your head, so keep it covered. When the sun sets and temperatures drop even further, a reliable sleeping bag rated for sub-zero temperatures becomes your best friend. It's like a cocoon of warmth in the midst of an icy wilderness. Finally, you need a shelter. A waterproof, windproof tent or bivvy can provide a barrier between you and the harsh winter elements. It can block the wind, keep you dry, and help retain heat. Remember, every piece of gear serves a purpose and can tip the scales in your favor. It's not just about comfort, but survival. The right gear can help you withstand the cold, stay dry, and protect you from the dangers of hypothermia and frostbite. Investing in the right gear could save your life when the winter winds start to howl. So, as you prepare for a potential winter bug-out, prioritize your gear. Because in the unforgiving winter wilderness, the right gear isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. In the heart of winter, a well-constructed snow shelter can be your best friend. It's not just a pile of snow, but a fortress against the freezing winds, and a safe haven where you can rest, recuperate, and prepare for what's next. So, let's talk about how to build these life-saving structures. There are two primary types of snow shelters you can construct: snow caves and igloos. Both serve the same purpose, but their construction methods are vastly different. Snow caves are essentially hollowed-out mounds of snow. The process starts with piling up snow into a large mound and allowing it to settle. This settling period is crucial, as it helps the snow compact and harden, making it safer to hollow out. Once the mound is firm enough, it's time to dig out a space large enough for you to crawl in and lie down. Remember to create a small ventilation hole to ensure fresh air circulation. Now let's shift gears to igloos. These iconic snow structures are a bit more complex to build, but they offer better insulation and durability. Igloos are built from blocks of compressed snow, carefully cut and stacked in a spiral pattern. The construction starts from the ground up, with each layer slightly leaning inward until they meet at the top, forming a dome. It's a time-consuming process, but the result is a sturdy, insulating shelter that can withstand harsh winter conditions. Safety is paramount when building these shelters. Always ensure the walls are thick and sturdy enough to prevent collapse. And as with snow caves, don't forget to create a ventilation hole in your igloo. Mastering the art of snow shelter construction can provide critical protection from the biting cold. It's a skill that requires practice, patience, and precision, but once you've got it down, you've added a powerful tool to your winter survival kit. So, the next time you're faced with a winter bug-out scenario, remember, your survival could be as simple as a pile of snow. Winter landscapes can be disorienting. Knowing how to navigate in the snow is a vital survival skill. When the world around you is draped in a blanket of white, everything can appear the same. The familiar landmarks you rely on can disappear. This is why understanding navigation tools and strategies is crucial in winter survival scenarios. Let's start with the basics. A good old-fashioned compass is a reliable ally. Even in the digital age, a compass doesn't rely on batteries or satellite signals to function. It's essential to understand how to use it correctly, how to read it, and how to adjust for magnetic declination. A variation in degrees from true north and magnetic north, which changes depending on your location. But what about GPS devices? They can be a real lifesaver, pinpointing your exact location with remarkable accuracy. Just remember that these devices are battery operated, so ensure you have a way to recharge or carry spare batteries. GPS units can also be impacted by severe weather conditions, so don't solely rely on them. Now let's talk about movement in deep snow. It's an exhausting endeavor, and without the right gear, it can drain your energy fast. Snowshoes and skis are essential tools for winter survival. They distribute your weight over a larger surface area, preventing you from sinking into the snow and making it easier to move. Snowshoes are great for maneuvering through dense forests and uneven terrain, while skis allow for faster movement in open flat areas. Remember, always plan your route carefully. Avoid places where snow accumulation is high, like the base of slopes, which can increase the risk of avalanches. Stick to the edge of forests where the snow is less deep, and follow rivers or streams. They can serve as natural guideposts. With the right knowledge and tools, you can find your way through even the harshest winter wilderness. So don't let the snow blind you. Equip yourself with the right navigation tools, understand how to use them, and you'll have a major advantage in surviving the cold white expanse. Staying hydrated is just as important in the cold as it is in the heat. Now this might come as a surprise for some, but dehydration doesn't only strike in the blazing sun. It's a silent enemy that can creep up on you even in the biting cold of winter. So, let's delve into the importance of maintaining fluid intake in cold weather. When the temperatures drop, your body works overtime to keep you warm. This process burns through your water reserves, making hydration crucial. Also, breathing in cold, dry air can lead to significant water loss, and heavy clothing can induce sweat, further depleting your body's water levels. The cold can mask your thirst, tricking you into thinking you're hydrated when you're not, so it's essential to drink fluids regularly even if you don't feel thirsty. Now the question arises, where do you get water in a snowy landscape? The answer is right under your feet. Snow can be melted into drinking water, but remember, not all snow is created equal. Always opt for fresh snow, avoiding any discolored or dirty patches, and never ever eat snow directly. Eating snow can lower your body temperature, leading to hypothermia. Instead, melt the snow first. Use a pot or a metal container if you have one, and apply heat. If you have a fire, great. If not, body heat can work too, though it's a slower process. But how do you know if you're dehydrated? Well, signs of dehydration in cold conditions can include fatigue, dizziness, confusion, and a decrease in urination. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's vital to rehydrate immediately. Remember, even in the cold, dehydration can be a silent killer. So, ensure you're drinking enough water even when it's freezing out there, because the last thing you want on a winter bug out is to be brought down by something as preventable as dehydration. Stay hydrated, stay alert, and stay alive. When it comes to survival in the snow, staying warm is the name of the game. One of the ways you can achieve this is through creating insulated bedding. This isn't as complicated as it might sound. You can use natural materials such as leaves, grass, or even pine needles. These materials create a barrier between you and the frigid ground, trapping in heat and keeping you warm. Remember, the thicker the barrier, the better the insulation. Now, let's move on to another essential strategy, digging a snow trench. This can serve as an effective shelter in a pinch. It's simple to construct. You just need to dig a trench in the snow, deep enough to lie in, and wide enough to move around comfortably. The snow walls of the trench provide insulation, trapping your body heat and creating a microclimate to keep you warm. You can also cover the top with a tarp or snow blocks for added protection against wind and snowfall. Last, but certainly not least, we need to discuss the importance of maintaining a calorie-rich diet. This is crucial for fueling your body's internal heater. Your body burns calories to generate heat, so the more calories you consume, the warmer you'll stay. Prioritize foods that are high in fats and proteins, such as nuts, dried meats, and cheese. These will give you the most bang for your caloric buck, so there you have it. 3 thermal regulation strategies to help you survive in the snow. Create insulated bedding with natural materials, dig a snow trench to serve as a makeshift shelter, and fuel your body's internal heater with a calorie-rich diet. Remember, when you're up against the biting cold and relentless snow, every bit of warmth counts. With these thermal regulation strategies, you can keep the cold at bay and stay alive. Surviving a winter bug-out scenario is no small feat, but with preparation and understanding, you can turn the odds in your favor. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned today. Understanding the risks is our first step. Winter's cold isn't just uncomfortable, it bites into your bones, complicates travel, and can lead to hypothermia. By being aware of these dangers, we're better equipped to face them head-on. Next, we talked about the importance of having the right gear. Layered, moisture-wicking clothing, insulated boots, thermal gloves, hats, and a sturdy winter coat are crucial. A reliable sleeping bag for sub-zero temperatures and a waterproof, windproof shelter system can make all the difference between life and death. We also dived into building snow shelters. If you're stuck outdoors, a snow cave or an igloo can shield you from the biting wind and freezing temperatures. But remember, constructing these shelters safely is paramount. Navigating in the snow is another skill we explored. Knowing how to use a compass or a GPS device in winter conditions is essential. And don't forget about snowshoes or skis, which can make travel over deep snow much easier. Staying hydrated even in the cold is vital. We discussed the importance of maintaining fluid intake, melting snow safely for drinking water, and how to recognize the signs of dehydration. And finally, we covered thermal regulation strategies. Staying warm goes beyond just clothing. Creating insulated bedding with natural materials or digging a snow trench can help, as can maintaining a calorie-rich diet to fuel your body's internal heater. Surviving in the snow is tough, but with the right strategies and a robust will, you can make it through. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more survival guides and share this video with your fellow preppers. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Stay prepared, stay warm, and remember, survival doesn't take a break for winter.